Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here. On Monday, May 26th, the faux Memorial Day, not the true Memorial Day. I discussed that here last year about this time, and I have certainly not been up here as frequently as I had been. I got a cough again. I'm sorry. But that's been due to several things. First, there's no. It's not like I'm sick or anything, or not like Paul's sick or anything. It's not like anything's wrong. I've been involved in this project with a fellow from Australia, and so I've been videoing a fair amount of stuff for him, and he's sends me advice about what he really wants and this sort of thing. And so actually I'm very glad I did, because gosh, I was able to completely omit one 11-minute segment I'd done, and it occurred to me that what I'll do when I send him this stuff is I'm going to go through and I'm going to do like a timeline thing, where tell him what I'm talking about. So when he edits this stuff, if he just knows right offhand that this isn't going to be anything he wants, he can just skip past it. Man, I'm sorry about I'll tell you about this in a minute. So you try to, it's a collaborative project. You want to do the best you can, On the other hand, I think you guys know my narrative style by now, such that it's long, it's complex, which basically means, it's intertwined with a lot of stuff that, generally comes in from the side. Although when I was doing this stuff for this guy, I was trying to keep a lot of stuff coming in from the side, and that's terrible. So this has been a lot of fun. I finished up today. I'll find some still photos for him tomorrow, because it looks like we're going to have a fairly heavy, day of rain, and I can do that. And then I can do the sort of the index thing on Wednesday here. And then rather than sending him like a stack of these 4.7 gigabyte CD, DVD ROMs, I think what I might just do is get one of these 32 gigabyte USB sticks and just send him that. Be a lot faster for me, and there wouldn't have to be any splitting up of stuff. So I'll have to email him tonight and ask him about that. See, what he really wants. Because I can do that. I can go out and buy one of these USB things. It's not bad. It's like, I don't know. It's like $30. So, I can deal with that. And so that's what I've been doing. And Paul and I have been doing it together too. There's about 2/3 of the stuff it's Paul and me talking together, and so I'll tell you, he and I have sat together and talked and laughed in a way we haven't done in years, putting this together, or doing this stuff for this fellow. And so if nothing else, he can know that he made a big difference in terms of how it's always there's always stuff. Even though it doesn't seem like you're connected with somebody, there's always that. It's 33 years, guys. There's a connection. And in addition, there's been a fairly unexpected development that I can't go into at all, which would be very inappropriate for me to go into at all. Which, on the other hand, I will say, it brings me great joy and a state of euphoria. Well, there. Okay. So that's basically been my last few days. I read in church yesterday. It went extremely well, but as I always say, it wasn't me doing it extremely well. My judge buddy had traded spots with somebody because he has to go off to South Bend, Indiana, and pick up a canon next Sunday. He was scheduled to read next Sunday, but he has to go pick up this canon over in South Bend, Indiana, and he does Civil War reenactments, and these guys acquired this canon, but they decided maybe they better get a fairly thick steel sleeve, to put down the bore so that when they fire this thing at reenactments, this thing doesn't blow up on them. This guy's great. I mean, it's too bad they don't schedule us to read together more often because we have such a great time together. And his wife calls us the bad boys of the bad boy lectures. This guy's like 73. But basically almost all the people I know, are far, far, far older than I am. Well, I can't elaborate on that statement. So, well, it's been a very quiet Memorial Day up here, which it usually is. Actually, even the motorcycle, Memorial Day run guys weren't too loud this year, and there really hasn't been a lot of traffic. I mean, it's not been awful, Oh, now I want to tell you about when I was coughing. The oak trees today released their pollen in pulses, but each pulse was at the same time. Now, some pulses were separated by about 20, 30 seconds, and they might do 3 in a 2.5 minute period. And then there was a gap there, and so you'd get this absolute cloud of pollen. I mean, I thought maybe somebody had a fire going over in the field. It was just, you could barely, I can't say, you could see the trees, but it was like you had this yellow haze coming at you. And I thought, well, that's actually a good tactic, isn't it? You send little pheromones out and coordinate your actions, and, pulse all your pollen out, because that increases the, plus it also gives you all that diversity, that hybrid diversity or cross-pollination diversity stuff, which leads to vigorous plants, or generally does. Problem is when you want to take your computer out on the deck and do some stuff out on the deck with your computer, you tend to get this yellow stuff coming down, and of course you want to get that off there you don't want that stuff to fall down inside your machine because, first of all, pollen is very sticky. That stuff is almost as sticky as flat out, sugar from a 4-year-old's mouth. So it's been interesting from a nature standpoint. I really haven't talked to you very much about the deer. Now I can't share any deer right now, but the deer are out with their youngins, and the youngins have lost their spots. So, sort of our ongoing deer family that knows us is here, and they've got one youngster, and so that's going to be fun. We also have 2 baby beavers. I don't know if I mentioned that the other day or not, but we have 2 baby beavers. I saw them, and I hope they don't start chewing down my trees, because you know what I'm going to have to do. I won't want to do it. I won't like to do it, but I can't have them chopping down my trees. No, because see, what happens is the first thing they do is they girdle the tree, and so it kills the tree. So the moment you see them gnawing on a tree, you just got to deal with it. Sorry, guys. I don't like to do it, but that's just the way it is. Alrighty. I'm going to sign off now, and y'all have a good day.